Hey everybody, it's Party Elite, bringing the latest piece of juicy Total War Warhammer 2 news. Much to everyone's great surprise, the fourth race in the game has finally been ratified. It's Skaven. Let's take a look at this awesome reveal trailer and chat a bit about what we see here and in the screenshots that were released as well as other things that were discussed in various articles that are already out. So first things first, let's just watch the trailer in peace. I never really do this, but I love this trailer enough to just give it a moment of silence, so enjoy. First off, we now have solid confirmation that Skaven do in fact settle in ruins, keeping them hidden from view until an adventuring party happens upon them. A great way to play this under-Empire aspect and a perfect showcase of how sneaky these little rats are. This, coupled with the stalk stance that allows armies to move undetected in ambush stance, makes the Skaven quite sneaky. It looks like this, what we're looking at right now, might be what a Skaven city looks like, though the lighting is obviously for dramatic effect. I'd hate to be fighting a battle with all of these flashing lights going off, but this might also be what an underway battle looks like perhaps, though we do see rain in similar scenes later on, so we'll see. More of that later though in some screenshots. Now, we've got a rat ogre over here, and then here we have the warp lightning cannon creeping ominously forward. An artillery piece, maybe along the likes of a Luminarch, not sure if they roll as individuals, which a later screenshot sort of suggests, or if they move in small groups of artillery in like 4s or 3s. So that's yet to be found out. We also have Poison, Wind, Globadiers up front here, range units, and here's the Screaming Bell, it would seem. Hopefully we see it on the battlefield, tolling away in honor of the Horned Rat. Now, this is what I imagine a Skaven battle might look like. It certainly isn't indoors given all the rain, but are the Skaven also able to settle above ground in certain cities? We saw multiple settlement types for Norska, so perhaps something similar going on here, or of course maybe some artistic liberties are being taken, or maybe there's a new type of battle, though I think only the Fortress Gate battles have been sort of confirmed as a new battle type. Now, as these rats scavenge for food, I want to point out that we know now also that the Skaven rely heavily on food as a campaign mechanic, getting bonuses when food levels are high, and major debuffs when they're precariously low. Food has many in-game uses as well as the Skaven, but we'll get into that later and discuss more about how those mechanics work maybe some other time. Now we see the Dark Elves moving unwittingly forward into a Skaven ambush while the Lizardmen do the same. And that's our first official look at Queek Headtaker. You can see just a glimpse, just a little bit of his trophy rack back there. So getting ready to take some heads and move out. Now Rat Ogre's off in the distance here, creeping through the mist, and we also see a rat that's carrying a giant book, but more on that in just a bit. Rat Ogres are probably going to be some real heavy hitters on the battlefield, but not as heavy as some of the units we see later on. Now we get to see an absolutely massive Skaven front line push towards the Elven shield wall. We've got clan rats up front in great numbers, it looks like, followed by, again, what looks like the storm vermin with halberds. Now we see the Dark Elves attempt to call the Skaven horde with a vortex spell. Blade Wind looks to be moving around pretty quickly, so if that's how it works on the battlefield, we'll have to wait and see how effective it is. Though, again, it is really gorgeous. Now we've got some Plague Monks charging down the field in great number, and as the bell tolls for the 13th time in the trailer, the epic battle begins, and there's quite a lot we've already seen before or have confirmed. We've got Plague Monks and Plague Monk Censer Bearers with their maces, and take a look at that shot from the Doom Wheel here, confirming that it does in fact have its ranged attacks intact. It gets off another shot as it rolls through past these clan rats with swords and shields, and look at the power of this bad boy. This is a chariot for all intents and purposes with ranged attacks, the ability to clear paths, and be an all-round awesome looking unit. Storm Vermin with halberds confirmed as well, unless I'm not recognizing the armor correctly, but that does look like it. And we've got some sweet acrobatic action that we can only hope will be in-game, but likely it's just for show in this trailer. And boom, Warp Fire Thrower, throwing some Warp Fire. Probably some relatively short range on these guys, but the ability to burn the enemy, maybe cause some significant leadership damage. Very excited to see these guys, and we also see that they're actually in units. They're not individuals, they're not, hero characters or individual artillery pieces. They do move in units, though I imagine they'll be pretty small, all things considered. We're not looking at a unit of, 60 to 90 Warp Fire Throwers. And now here's the rat with a giant book again, confirming Skrulk on the battlefield, casting what looks like a wind or breath spell, maybe Crack's Call or something like that. Not too sure about that, but yes, second Legendary Lord is Skrulk. Get excited. And after that epic moment, we see Queek take his first head in the trailer, stabbing his opponent from behind, and just before this dragon arrives to try and ruin the Skaven's day. But it's fine, because the Hell Pit Abomination struts in like it's no big deal, and after this awesome shot, the two square off, and we can only hope they'll have awesome synced animations like Krokgar and the dragon did. The Hell Pit Abomination beats away at the dragon, probably causing a great deal of anti-large damage to ruin its day, and that's where the trailer ends. Now, that was an amazing trailer, probably my favorite one, though I feel like I say that every time a new trailer comes out, they're always upping the ante with these. Now, moving on from the trailer though, the first screenshot from today shows the Doom Wheel in all its glory, riding through some Dark Elves again like a chariot, tossing them aside, while the Rat Ogre punches away at the back. Next up, we do have the Warp Lightning Cannon on display again, firing away at a dragon. Just not sure if these guys are going to be as individuals, again like the Luminarchs, or if they will be in smaller sort of artillery units. This next one shows Queek diving into battle, eager to add more trophies to his trophy rack, while the Hell Pit Abomination is probably causing a significant amount of damage at the back there, instantaneously. Now, clan rats with swords and shields storming down the front as well, and the Dark Elves are cowering in fear, as they probably should. Finally, Warp Fire Throw is about to get mobbed by some skinks here, as well as some Kroxigors as well coming in from the sides, holding them at bay while the clan rats in the distance are running in to provide some support. Now, throughout all of these shots, as I mentioned before as well, we get to see some Skaven architecture. Now, is this what Skaven sieges will look like once we're inside? Or, again, perhaps this is what an underway battle looks like when it's on Skaven terms as opposed to dwarf terms, because there are dwarfs on the campaign map as well. So, very interesting to see this architecture. I love how it looks. Curious when and where it comes up. Is it just field battles when you're in Skaven territory? Either way, only time will answer that question. Now, apart from all this, there are articles out there talking about the Skaven ability, the Menace Below, that allows you to summon a unit of clan rats to the field, much like lizardmen are able to summon feral cold ones, and there's also talk about their rights, allowing you to bring in doom engineers and pestilent scheme priests in order to cause damage to enemy cities before assaulting them, or begin the spread of an infectious disease through enemy cities and armies. Like a plague, we've seen disease mechanics in the past, so very excited to see that happen. Now, that seems to be everything that was revealed today across media. There's definitely a lot to take in. We finally get to see Skaven units and both Legendary Lords in action, and surely there's more to come. The game really isn't that far away. It's just over a month now. I'm extremely excited. I'm not sure who I'm going to start off as, but I feel like it might be Skaven. Let me know if you guys would like to see something in particular, and you know, I'll try and make that happen. We're still just over a month away though, so time to count down the hours, the days. I don't know how I'm gonna count it down. Either way, guys, as always, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more Total War content. There's plenty of news coming. The second game is right around the corner, as I've said countless times, so a lot of coverage going to be happening on this channel, as well as battles, both, you know, my own as well as Total Breakdown episodes. Plenty to see, so make sure you subscribe, and thank you very much for watching as always. Till next time, cheers.